Hi, guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be discussing what I thought of the great season finale for the horror anthology show, The Terror Infamy. It aired earlier tonight. I just got done watching it, and I've got a lot to say as usual. But before I go on and talk too long, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review. If you're not caught up on The Terror Infamy by the season finale or the past couple of episodes, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into spoilers. That being said, you have been warned, so let's jump right into it. Solid ending. What a great wrap-up story, tying up all the loose ends, and a fitting climax to a battle with an insidious evil. But of course, the battle came at a cost. It only makes sense that we would have one more major character death, and that sadly came in the form of Chester's adoptive father / uncle, Henry, who bravely tried to save his son to stop him from sacrificing himself to the Yudre by offering protection of the Sutra and, trying to, basically blow the Yudre away with a shotgun. I mean, I loved his response. It's like, "You're not taking my kid. I was like, okay. Didn't know guns would work on her, but hey, good to know. It's only the final episode. You could have tried that a few episodes ago, but no, it was great though. I mean, it was sad losing him, but his sacrifice was not in vain because they were finally able to actually negotiate with the Yurei and send her back to a happier period in her moment in her life when she was truly happy, when she knew she was pregnant with both sons. Because as Chester pointed out, what do you really want? Taizo back or this moment from your life? And, instead of defeating the monster with some fatal killing blow like most of these stories would end, whether it's in film or television like this, instead of the hero delivering the killing blow to the monster and it blowing up or dying in a spectacular fashion, they actually ended up helping the monster find peace. They gave the Yurei what she had so desperately wanted, which was peace. She could finally stop wandering the earth as a wandering spirit, and she could finally rest in peace. I know that sounds cliche, but, you see my point. Solid season finale. It just made sense to have it end with the end of the war. And, I can only imagine how unsettling it must have been for Japanese Americans. They might have been out of the internment camps, but they were probably still experiencing a lot of racism and prejudice. And then, of course, mixed feelings as well when they heard about the news of the Hiroshima bombing. I mean, they lightly touched on that throughout this episode, even though the primary focus was on defeating Yurei. But I'm glad that they touched on that, and they did another brief time jump where it showed how everybody's now moved on with their lives, and things have returned fairly back to normal for the most part. God, I lost my mind and I laughed so hard when George Takei said, "Oh my," when he responded and reacted to Luz telling him she had made this food. It was the best thing. They threw in his trademark line. That was so goddamn funny. Oh man, that was the best. That was so great. Oh, I was so incredibly happy and just taken back with pure laughter with that moment. It was so funny, and it was perfect too, because this was such a dark, intense, heavy episode with a lot of death and scary monster effects. But God, that was funny when Mato-san was, "Oh my." That was the best. Oh man, I hated losing Henry, but I'm glad that he was able to kind of fight back in his final moments. I mean, he blew the Yurei away. His wife got to deliver some killing blows as well. Well, not killing blows, but attempted killing blows. And I'm glad everything came full circle. I was happy that Chester did not end up having to sacrifice himself for his son, or he would have been trapped as Taizo forever with his mother / demon. But, I'm glad that they were able to give Yurei what she wanted, which was peace, resting peace. And she was able to finally, rest without having to wander the earth and terrorize people. Solid season finale. Really enjoyed it. Pretty happy where most of our characters ended up. Didn't like losing Henry, but I'm glad that, he and Chester kind of made peace in the end there, for the most part. I was also pleased that Hector survived. I wasn't sure what had become of him after Yurei kind of threw him around in Abuela's house while they were making their getaway a few episodes ago. But I'm pleased to see that he survived that encounter, and he survived the whole show, because he was there when they were doing the Olran festival, which was like a festival of... I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. It's like a festival of lights, or it's a celebration or remembering the dead. I think that's probably what it is. But I was glad to see that he survived, and he was a strong supporting character in this episode too. Yep, so pretty damn good season finale. The only thing they didn't really cover or address is what happened to their home. They didn't really answer what had been done to it. Was that supposed to be the fallout of atom bomb testing, or was it a hurricane that came through and wrecked it? They didn't really cover what happened to their home. But by that point, with the time jump, most of the civilians from that original community had all reintegrated into society and obviously found new places to live. So great job, Terror Infamy. This was a solid season. I really enjoyed it, and I really hope the show gets a third season. I cannot wait to see which historical setting twisted with a blend of horror that we might get next. So guys, what did you think of the season finale? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? I want to hear your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback down below in the comments section. Did you have a favorite scene or moment from this season? I know I've got a few, but I want to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this show as much as I have. Have a great rest of your night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.